Hey everyone, I'm back. Thanks to everyone that reached out to me wondering where I was at. That was fantastic. I was blessed with a new grandbaby on Easter. Work has been crazy and life just gets a little crazy. So let's just get cooking. I'm going to try get into the groove of things. Today I'm going to show you how to make some easy pasta shells the Julie way. They are so versatile and so easy. So I'm going to start with about a pound and a half of hamburger and a medium-sized diced onion. I'm going to have my water boiling alongside my hamburger, and I'm going to put some olive oil into my salted water. When you add your jumbo shells to your water, just cook them according to the package directions. Next, you're going to add a 12-ounce can of diced tomatoes. You can use any kind of tomato that you would like. I just had a 12-ounce can of diced tomatoes. To this, you're going to season it with any of these spices. Any of these will work. Season to your taste, whatever your preference. Any of these will be great. And then add some minced garlic to your meat mixture. Now, with your noodles, you have to be very careful and gentle. They kind of nestle inside of each other, so you kind of have to like gently kind of separate them, otherwise they stick together. So once you strain them, go ahead and rinse them once they cool off and put them in a strainer. Now, I find that you have to almost rinse each one. It's otherwise they kind of stick together. I am finding good 12 nice looking ones because I'm going to be stuffing these with cold chicken salad and serving them cold for an appetizer later in the week. So that is why I have them on a deviled egg tray for easy serving. Next, I'm just going to fill up my kettle with some water, and I'm just going to go through each one and kind of separate them out a little bit. And it's okay if they're ripped a little bit. It doesn't matter. Once your meat is in them and the cheese is on the top, you don't even know that the noodle is ripped. So from there, I'm going to add a little bit of olive oil to my meat mixture, and I will just saute that a little bit. Next, I'll get my spaghetti sauce. You can use any kind of spaghetti sauce that you would like. I'm going to be using the stuff that I canned last year, and I'm just going to add a couple spoonfuls. Now, this is more of a thicker meat mixture, and it kind of resembles like a lasagna mixture. You can also add a little bit of tomato paste to this mixture as well. So once you get that all sauteed and simmered, then it will be ready to stuff our shells. Next, we're going to add cottage cheese to a bowl. I had a half a container of cottage cheese. You can use cottage cheese or ricotta cheese. It doesn't really matter. We don't really care for ricotta cheese, so we don't use it in our house. But if you like it, put it in there. It's usually 50-50. So 50% of cheese mixtures to 50% meat mixture. You want it to be a little thicker and dry just for the fact that you don't want it to ooze out of your shells while you're cooking. Once it gets mixed up and you like that consistency, go ahead and add some Parmesan cheese. Now this is just a binder, so I would say maybe a third of a cup. It all depends on how much you're making. This, I think, made Donnie and I like 15 shells. So go ahead and stuff your shells. It usually takes around 2 to 3 tablespoons to fill a shell. You want to kind of press it in there just a little bit. You want them to be pretty firm in there. You don't want them to ooze out. So you can just fill your shells. Now, if you have a shell that's kind of ripped on the back side, it's perfect for making stuffed shells with these. That's fine. You don't have to throw them away. Once you fill it with the meat mixture and you put some mozzarella cheese and sauce over the top, you really can't tell, and they pretty much stay together. So go ahead and fill up your baking dishes. Now, I'm just using these 2 personal dishes. I like to use these. It's just, 2 of us here, but you could put this in an 8x8 pan or a 9x13 pan. This also works great for potlucks. You can put it on a sided baking dish if you're going to make all of the shells, or you can put it in a 9x13 cake pan. Now I'm going to show you how to make a pizza stuffed shell. Kids really like these. It's the same mixture. Usually everybody has pepperonis in the house, and I just had some provolone cheese. I like how provolone tastes, and that's actually my grandson's favorite kind of cheese. So I'm just gonna rip slice in half. I've had this package open in the fridge, so I just want to kind of use it up. So use up what you have in the fridge. It's a white cheese, it'll melt just fine. So go ahead and I just like to put regular meat mixture in here. A lot of kids don't like cottage cheese. Like I said, you don't need to add any of the cheeses in there. I would add some Parmesan cheese in with your meat mixture if you choose not to use any ricotta cheese or cottage cheese. So I just kind of layer it. I put a little bit of hamburger in there, I put a pepperoni, and then I put a little bit more of the meat mixture in there, and then I just put some provolone cheese over the top. Now there's no rules in this. You can stuff these with anything. If you had leftover rotisserie chicken, you could put that in there and then make or put an Alfredo sauce over the top. Okay, so after all of your shells are stuffed, go ahead and cover each shell with spaghetti sauce. I'm just using my jarred spaghetti sauce. You can use any kind of spaghetti sauce that you would like. Just make sure that all the shells do get covered with a sauce. Otherwise, they get a little crunchy and dried out in the oven. And then from there, you'll just add mozzarella cheese to the top. Now, I do like to use the sliced cheese like mozzarella or provolone when I'm layering it with the pepperonis instead of using the shredded cheese. It just kind of like layers better, but you use what you have in your fridge. You can season the top with salt and pepper, and at the very end, you can add sprinkle Italian seasoning on the top. That's always good. The flavors kind of bake into the cheese. So just put plenty of cheese over the top of these shells, and then from there, and I like to put pepperonis on the ones that I made into the pizza one, so you kind of can tell, because once they're baked and covered with cheese, they all kind of look the same, so you'll want some kind of marker. Then from there, with the leftover hamburger mixture, you can go ahead and just freeze that. Now that will work great for pizza burgers or more stuffed shells at a later date. And then these are the shells that I'm going to stuff with my chicken salad for appetizers. I'll tell you, these deviled egg containers are so awesome that my daughter bought me. So these are great, these stuffed shells. I can't wait to show you the recipe for those. They're great for out on the pontoon in the summertime. So I just go ahead and bake these for 350 for around 25 minutes or so. Just keep an eye on them, and whenever the cheese is brown and golden brown, they're ready to eat. So enjoy these stuffed shells. They're kind of a pain, boiling them and stuff, but they just make a nice individual dish, and so they're great. So thanks for watching and cooking the Julie way, everybody.